My name is Cornelia Dinka, and I'm the founder of Sustainable Amsterdam. Sustainable Amsterdam is a small boutique consultancy focused primarily on transferring Amsterdam's knowledge and leadership on sustainable urban development topics. Cycling represents in Amsterdam about 32% of modal share, so 32% of trips by residents within the city is by bicycle. And the story of how that came to be, it's quite a long and actually by now quite a well-documented story. The short version of it is that Amsterdam was already quite bicycle-friendly in the early 1900s, which was actually quite common for other European cities. But after the Second World War, that started to decline. So the bicycle was no longer seen as the future. Cities, Amsterdam included, embraced this, let's say, automobile-centric approach to urban development. So that meant that the old town needed to be demolished to make room for like a modernist city center with a lot of high-rises and a lot of parking garages. And on the periphery, there were new towns being built, like Almere, like Purmerend, or new districts like the Amsterdam Southeast, which again were this model of this kind of modernistic approach. In some cases, high-rises in green spaces, or in other cases, these master-planned, kind of post-war neighborhoods, like in the West as well. And the old town and the new districts needed to be connected by modern highways, or at least that was the future, that was the vision, and some of these plans started to be implemented. Let's say part of the metro system, and some of the highways are the legacy of that. Or Wieboudstraat is a good example of one of these roads that was built in this approach. But by the 1970s, this had led to a very sharp increase in the number of car accidents. So that's people being injured inside the car, but also outside the car. And there was, let's say, a sort of bottom-up revolution where people went out in the streets and they demanded safer streets for children to walk and bike to school and to play in their neighborhoods. And by extension, if it's safe for children, then it's safe for everyone else. So that was Stop the Kindermoord campaign, Stop the Child Murder campaign, which actually started in the south of the country, but it became popular also in other parts of the country, Amsterdam included. And together with other, let's say, bottom-up or community-led initiatives, some focused on protecting the historical city. Already there were some environmental groups like the Provost. They were worried about air quality and even CO2 emissions already. Together with, let's say, a sort of these different concerns converged, and it led to a new city government being elected in 1978, which took a different approach to urban planning that was much more about protecting the existing city and investing in alternatives to driving, so that the bicycle was a big part of that. They also made the first vision for a bicycle network and allocated funding to implement it. And then over time, there were many other important policies. For example, policies to put a price on parking, on car parking, to limit the number of car parking spaces in the city. Those sorts of policies also made a very big impact and got us to where we are today.